right, and all right. Well, I just dunked my Rode wireless mics in the coffee, so I'm using these Chinese knockoff. I don't know if they're Chinese knockoff, but I got them as part of like a sponsorship thing. These Cinco. That took a while. The autofocus is sticky. This is not sponsored by them, nor is it paid for. I'm making this video because I haven't made a video for you guys in like a month. I took a time off, and so I spent some time just being away from the whole YouTube thing, away from the gas thing. In that time, I sold just about everything, which you guys have heard many times, and I bought an A7R5. I'm shooting on it right now. I have the 24 to 50 f2.8 G lens, the Tamron 70 to 180 2.8, and then I came with a 50. Got it used from a follower, a friend, if you will, that follows this channel, and I've been using it, and it's been mostly great. I mean, no problems with the camera whatsoever. It's a great camera. I bought it because it's like a pro camera. It's got, SD card slots, but also CF Express Type A if I want to go do that. It's got pro build, bigger battery, tilt screen, flip screen, higher res EVF, all the things you guys know about the Sony A7R5. It's a great camera, and I feel like I can shoot anything with it. I can shoot video reliably, not have to think about it. I can shoot sports, no problem whatsoever. It's just basically, if I needed a camera to trust for anything I'm going to do, this camera is fine. I could have picked a Canon, could have picked a Nikon for sure. This was just a great deal, and it is what it is. The reason why I tell you that is because since I've got this camera, and it's always been the plan, right? Because I talked about this, is that this is like the do anything camera. Like if I had to trust one camera, this is it. But this isn't the camera I carry every day, and it's been proof. Like the last month, I've taken less pictures because I don't have a camera with me all the time. I don't carry the bigger Sony setup with me as I would maybe something smaller. So I've been looking for a smaller camera. And the two cameras that came to mind were the Fuji X-E5 and the OM-5 Mark II. I knew they were coming out. I saw the rumor sites. I'm very interested in those. And the reason why I'm interested in those is because, well, from the OM systems point of view, I like Micro Four Thirds, like the straight out of camera colors. I guess that applies to Fuji as well. But the camera's weather sealed, flip screen, IBIS, it can do a lot of things. And so I was really hoping that they would make a big kind of jump with that. I'm disappointed. Let's just put it that way. And we'll spend some time on the OM-5. The OM-5 Mark II is basically the EM5 Mark III released twice over again. They make minor updates. It's the same body, same chassis with a slight improvement to the grip. Probably still has the same base plate issues. It's the same EVF. The same overall design. It's still plastic. Nothing's really changed. I mean, they've made a few minor modifications. They didn't even change the sensor. They didn't even change the autofocus algorithms. It's not even like using the OM1 stuff. This is what the OM10 should have been, right? Like that's what that spec list should be. And they put this in this OM5 Mark III. And again, these companies are they're just so lost sometimes. Yes, Micro Four Thirds is I guess, uniquely suited for macro. And yes, it's uniquely suited for like, I guess, lightweight wildlife and bird photography. But one of the things it's also uniquely suited at is that it can be insanely compact with like professional level features. And the OM5 Mark II or OM5 or EM5 Mark III, that line of cameras is, in my opinion, what embodies Micro Four Thirds. It's the camera they should really like double and triple down on. It should be the X100 type competitor. It should be just competing with all that. You don't need to go compete with the Sony A7R5s and the R5 Mark IIs and the Z6 IIIs. You don't need to compete there, right? Like, you don't. And they just basically changed the color of the plastic, made a few minor tweaks, and call it the OM5 Mark II. And then all the shills come out, and they're like, oh my gosh, look at this. Luckily, there's been people that have spoken out against it, but what I realized is that since OM Systems took over, they have nothing than a glorified marketing department. Think about it. The OM1 was already in the works when they bought it. It's a good camera. I think it's a great camera, actually. It's one of my favorites. So the OM1 Mark II comes out, and they like just basically tweak it, which really could have been like firmware updates, in my opinion, on the OM1 Mark I. Same thing here, like the OM3. I think it's a really cool camera. I'm really interested in it. $2,000. That camera is also in the works. At least that's what the rumor mill says beforehand, right? I don't know how much they actually did there. And so they took a lot of the internals out of the OM1 and repackaged it. And I think at least that design looks cool. I think it's a decent camera. But like the OM5 Mark, it's just marketing. They're just marketing stuff. There's nothing going on here. And maybe this is some ignorance on my part, but why aren't they leveraging the 25 megapixel sensor that's in the Lumix Micro Four Thirds cameras? What is it with that? Why can't they grab that? Does Lumix have like exclusivity rights on it? I don't know. Maybe they do. But I don't think OM Systems has any intention of real innovation with their cameras any longer. All you have to do is look at the Fuji market that's going on, what people are charging. We'll get on the Fuji in a second. They could have made that a premium body, upgraded a bunch of stuff in there, charged $1,400, maybe not compete directly with the OM3, and they would have done a good job. I think they would have done a great job, and they didn't. So I'm disappointed. That camera is not what I'm not buying that camera. There's no chance, which is disappointing because like that camera is what I want. It's IBIS. It's a flip screen. It's got cool stuff. I don't know, whatever. Then there's the X-E5. I actually like the way the X-E5 looks, but they're charging $1,700. It's the same price as an X-T5. You don't get the bigger battery. You don't get the weather sealing, right? Like the EVF is still, obviously inferior to that on the X-T5. You don't get 2 card slots. Yeah, you get a smaller body. And then they get the film simulation wheel, which is, I hate that thing. Like, I'm glad they moved it somewhere else, but that dial could be dedicated to something else way more beneficial, in my opinion. How many people need a dedicated dial to film simulations? Are people changing film simulations that much? What do you do that for the first week when you get it, just to try things out, and all of a sudden then you're like, okay, I know the 1 or 2 color profiles I like, and I know the black and white profile I like, and I stick to that, right? Like you build a custom recipe. I'm not constantly flipping through it. Super simple. I mean, on prior Fuji cameras, I dedicated a button if I really cared that much to film simulations, and I would just go down one and it's the next one. I bounce between 2 different profiles. I would imagine 99% of people that shoot Fuji are in the same boat. So I don't understand why they put that wheel on there. So for $1,700, that camera's a no as well. That camera should be $1,200, in my opinion. Then it's a yes. I'm glad that they changed the design. I'm glad they had the flip up screen from the X-E4 still. I'm glad they put a little bit of a grip on it compared to the X-E4. It looks like a better camera. It looks, the X-E4 is a little bit cheaper feeling, in my opinion. This looks to be potentially a better camera. But they're charging $1,700. I just can't see myself parting ways with $1,700 to that camera. I paid $2,200 used for this A7R5. Think about that. That's crazy. So I'm disappointed. I don't know what I'm going to do. Looking for a small camera. The Ricoh GR series is always really interesting to me, but I want this camera I carry with me to also be able to shoot video. I thought about, because I'm in the Sony system now, like an A6400 or something to that, like a cheaper camera that's smaller, but that's not really pocketable. You can go get an RX camera. I don't know. But I really think that these camera companies and the camera industry as a whole, outside of a few companies, have really just become like glorified marketing teams. They're just glorified marketing departments. And they go find these YouTubers that want to tie the camera out, which candidly I would want to do too, because I'm interested in cameras. But a lot of them will sing their praises when they really don't deserve the praises. And I don't think that's genuine. You could say that they have bias. I don't know. I can't tell you what they actually feel. Maybe they actually are really excited about it, but I don't know how anyone picks up an OM-5 Mark II, puts it next to OM-5, puts it next to EM-5 Mark III, and says, wow, this is great. Look at all the changes. And then you put it next to EM-5 Mark II, and you're like, dude, that camera was metal. That camera was the last innovative in that series that they've done. The rest have just been repackage the crap up, parts bin department, marketing, and ship it. So I'm breaking my silence on YouTube after a month of being gone to talk some trash. I know I'm not doing this for clicks. I don't really care. I just hope somebody sees this video, as small as this channel is, and says, we're going to actually do something and innovate. We're actually going to do something and try again. Like, go do something compelling. And I know there's people commenting like, oh, camera sales are on the decline and blah, 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 blah. I get it. You can't tell me, though, that in a space that's consolidating, that there isn't some market share for you to grab there. Sony and like Nikon, those guys aren't really trying in the APS-C space. You basically have Fuji. That's it. And so Fuji and then Micro Four Thirds can come in and do something interesting, but I don't see Lumix releasing a ton of cameras. I don't see like a GX85 type competitor coming back anytime soon. I think there's a spot there for a company to go and do something interesting and do something that would grab some viewers. All right, my rant's over. This is a rant, and I think these companies have become glorified marketing departments, either repackaging crap and selling it again under a slightly different name, or they're charging, exorbitant prices for something that 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 they're kind of riding their brand, and it doesn't make a lot of sense in my opinion. Like, why would you buy an X-E5 for the same price as an X-T5? The X-T5 has so many advantages. It's not even from ergonomics to weather sealing to 2 card slots to the bigger battery to the EVF to ports and everything else. It makes no sense. Especially if you can get it used, you can get it cheaper. Okay, I'm done. All right, I'll see you guys, and hopefully this microphone was okay. This is like one of my my shill tube videos where I got this microphone to compare it to my Rode. And now my Rode went swimming in my coffee. So hopefully this sounded okay. I'll see you in a future video. I'm looking for a second camera so I'm going up north in the next week or two. I'm going to do some photography and take you guys with me. So we'll see what happens there. See you guys.